Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with great stuff that's fun to read. Gonna start with the DC guys, because it's always a big week for this guy. This is your latest issue of Batman from Tom King. You know we love this book, you know we love all things Tom King around here. Batman is one of the biggest and best books DC does these days. There's that one. And Batman and Detective come out in the same week. That's super awesome. This is Detective Comics 1001, picking up from that giant tome you grabbed a couple of weeks ago with the new fancy logo on the top and everything. It's going to be Book of the Week, so I hope this one's already on your sub list. And The Batman Who Laughs gives you a Batman Trinity this week. This is another one of the biggest and hottest books in comics. This is another one I hope is already on your list, or I hope you're in line at your favorite shop. Everybody loving The Batman Who Laughs. Great stuff. Catwoman, another Bat book for the week. One of my favorite titles running these days. Joelle Jones is doing a knockout job with this book. Love me some Catwoman. It's great to see her back in her own title. And Red Hood Outlaw rounds out your Bat stuff for the week. There he is, taking on the Penguin. Love me a good Penguin story. Superman from Brian Michael Bendis. You know I've been loving all the super books. You know I've been loving the great job he's been doing, sort of breathing new life into the whole super line. New bad guys, new mysteries, new side characters, the whole bit. So go back to Action 1000, catch up on all this super stuff like that one, like Supergirl. This one's not written by Bendis, but it goes along the same plot lines as what's going on in all the other super books. Everybody loves Supergirl. And Wonder Woman rounds out the DC Trinity. Another one of the best books in comics these days. Everybody should have Wonder Woman on their list. The Flash and Hawkman are also members of the Justice League. I love me some Hawkman. This one might be flying under your radar a little bit, but like Catwoman, it's great to see Hawkman back in his own title. Great stories, great art. Justice League Odyssey. It's your Justice League book of the week. This one has Darkseid. This is another one that might be flying under your radar a little bit, but it's really solid. So if you're following Justice League Dark, throw Odyssey on that list. Great stuff. Titans 36. That's your cool B cover. Your last issue of Titans. Fun stuff. The Wonder Twins is your Wonder Comics book of the week. This title has exploded. I can't believe how many people have been getting into the Wonder Twins. Young folks, old folks like me, everybody loving the Wonder Twins. I love me some Space Monkey Gleek. If you've let this one get by you, grab that first issue and see what all the buzz is about. House of Whispers is your Vertigo Sandman Universe book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to get a Vertigo book on your list. And Scooby Apocalypse. This is your last issue of Scooby Apocalypse. Sadly, I think this is the end of the run for the Hanna-Barbera stuff, but it's been really great. If for some reason you haven't been taking me up on it, I really encourage you guys to check out Scooby Apocalypse, Future Quest, a lot of the cool stuff that DC did with the Hanna-Barbera line, because it's been really, really good stuff. Everybody loves Scooby. Everybody loves some Johnny Quest. For the record, Scooby-Doo Team-Up will keep on rolling, so you'll be hearing more about that from me. Great week for the Marvel guys, too. Huge week for The Amazing Spider-Man. Been a really great time to be a Spider-Man fan. Amazing Spider-Man is kind of at the top of comics, back at the top of everybody's Marvel list. A lot going on with this title. Everybody loves seeing him taking on the Sinister Six. Good stuff there. And Symbiote Spider-Man. Don't really show a lot of B covers, but I'm pretty sure this one's going to be the hot book of the week. That's your Art Germ Gwen Stacy cover. Everybody loves Art Germ. Everybody loves Gwen Stacy. This one's written by Peter David, one of my all-time favorite comic writers. He's been away from Marvel for a little while. Good to see him back on a Spider book. Make sure you grab that one this week. And Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. A little more Spidey for you, along with Deadpool and Spider-Man. Or Spider-Man Deadpool. I think Deadpool likes the top billing. And last but not least is Web of Venom. Because you guys, as I said, just can't get enough of these spider books these days. Everybody loves Carnage. Good stuff. War of Realms, Journey into Mystery is your first War of the Realms mini-series tie-in. The first of many books that are going to be going along with this War of the Realms stuff. Sold like crazy last week with all those different covers and all the big stuff going on in that book. So if you missed it last week, grab War of the Realms, grab this Journey into Mystery, get ready for all those other tie-ins like As Guardians of the Galaxy or The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Those are your two side kind of tie-ins. I always like to point out you don't have to commit to all the different War of the Realms stuff. If you just want to read the main book, you can read the main book. If you just want to keep up with your regular titles and ignore all this stuff, you can do that too. But if you really like the War of the Realms stuff and you want to see what happens to other characters in the same scenario, then it's always fun to jump in and check out the other stuff. While I'm talking about Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, here's some Unstoppable Wasp. I like it when Squirrel Girl and Wasp come out in the same week. These two, along with Miss Marvel, are three of some of the best new characters that Marvel's put out in a long, long time. They may not be huge sellers or blowing up the internet issue after issue, but people who love read Squirrel Girl, people who read Unstoppable Wasp, really dig them. So grab these latest issues and see what all the hubbub's about. Age of X-Men, Apocalypse, and Age of X-Men, Marvelous X-Men. Continue the Age of X-Men stuff that's been rolling out from Uncanny. A lot going on in the X-books these days. X-Force, with my man Strife there on the cover. If you let this one get by you, you might be missing out on something really cool. If you're a 90s comics fan, you love some Strife. That's enough I'll say about that one. And X-23 rounds out your X-books for the week. This one has also been a really solid seller for us. It might be flying under your radar, so if you haven't been checking out X-23, if you're a Wolverine fan, you might want to see what's going on in that book. Speaking of Wolverine fans, Dead Man Logan rounds out all of your X and Wolverinery for the week. Captain Marvel, Marvel's biggest new movie star, taking on Rogue. This is the rematch I've waited about 40 years for. Ever since Captain Marvel has come back to the forefront in the Marvel Universe, I'm like, hey, how come she hasn't gone and punched Rogue in the head? So maybe we're going to see that one in this issue. Good stuff. And your last issue of Winter Soldier. It's your Avengers-esque book for the week. Love me some Winter Soldier. Savage Sword of Conan and Age of Conan are two of your Conan books. There's 2 out of 3. Conan's back at Marvel these days, and they brought him back with guns blazing. There's 3 Conan books, and then he's going to be showing up in Savage Avengers, which is really cool. And a couple of great Star Wars books to talk about. Grand Moff Tarkin. It's one of my favorite original trilogy characters. Really fun to see some backstory on this guy. This is Star Wars Age of Rebellion. There's this one, and there's Princess Leia. You read the Age of Republic one-shots. Those are really cool, kind of backstories on some of your favorite characters. Now they moved on to the Age of Rebellion, and we're getting some backstories of some of our favorite original trilogy characters. Always encouraging you guys to check out the great job Marvel's doing with all of their Star Wars stuff. And what a better place to start than Grand Moff Tarkin. Great week for all the other guys, too. She Could Fly is your burger book of the week from Dark Horse. This is the second round of She Could Fly books. You can grab the trade paperback for the first series. Been encouraging you guys to check out the different burger stuff from Dark Horse. And Fair Lady #1. That's your first issue Gotta Have It image book of the week. These nice folks were pitching their wares down at WonderCon. It sounded like a lot of fun. They came by the store and gave us some goodies. That was a lot of fun. So check out the book. Image always does really cool, different kind of genre fusion things that you don't see from the other publishers. Always encouraging you guys to grab the first issue of Image books, because once they're gone, and they're super expensive and red hot. So pick up Fair Lady #1. That's good stuff. Oblivion Song. And Low from my man Rick Remender. Your other 2 Image books of the week. Love me anything from Rick Remender. James Bond Origin. It's my Dynamite book of the week, because there's few characters in all of fiction that deserve their own book more than James Bond. And what's cooler than a James Bond origin story? Always talking up the great job Dynamite does with all of their licensed property stuff, like James Bond, like Kiss, the hottest band in the land. This is Kiss, The End #1. I love when Kiss does comics. They're always sort of supernatural and mystical and science fiction and rock and roll. Fun stuff there. Look out for the Gene Simmons photo cover, because you can't have enough Gene Simmons photo covers. Ronan Island is your Boom Studios book of the week. I couldn't believe how many people called me a couple weeks ago for Ronan Island #1. This is written by Greg Pak, one of my favorite guys. Let's check that one out. And Orphan Age is your Aftershock book of the week. Aftershock's been doing all kinds of cool things. One of my new favorite new publishers. Like this one, like Animosity, like Dark Ark. Love me some Aftershock. Great week of stuff. Not much for the all ages guys, but I gotta mention some Rocky and Bullwinkle. Nothing cooler than Rocky and Bullwinkle. Frankly, you have to be even older than I am to remember Rocky and Bullwinkle, but I caught it in circulation when I was a kid. Really fun stuff. American Mythology is bringing back all the great classics of animation into comics, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Underdog, Mighty Mouse, all that great stuff. If you love the classics like I do, American Mythology is doing a great job with all of that. Great stuff. Have to mention that Free Comic Book Day is right around the corner. It's only about 3 weeks away. Saturday, May 4th is Free Comic Book Day. Saturday, May 4th is Free Comic Book Day. Get down here to Rock and Milpitas. Get around to every comic book store that you can on Free Comic Book Day. We're going to have tons and tons of free stuff. 75% off our back issue bin, which is outrageous. 75% off all of our Black Cat packs, which is even more outrageous. We got tons and tons of great stuff in those Black Cat packs. So get in on Saturday, May 4th. Take advantage of that. Like I say, get around to everywhere you can. Tell all your friends, your family, everybody at work. Tell your arch enemies to get out to Free Comic Book Day because it's tons and tons of fun. You'll be hearing all about it in the next few weeks. So like I say, spread the word for Free Comic Day. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at Facebook. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Check out the website, black-cat-comics.com, and our especially cool Shopify store. Or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.